All right, folks, welcome back out to the food plots. We're I somehow picked a day that it's blown real hard, so keep in mind I'm gonna try to cut my hand over the microphone so y'all can hear me. You can see behind me, my dad was able to get out here last week and put out some trizenta, which had clethodim in it, which was the active ingredient as the same as the arrest, which was what's put out by the Whitetail Institute. So looks like we got a good, it knocked back the grass pretty well. As you can see behind me, the peas are doing phenomenal. There's some, you have to go through there and find the sunflowers. Now it does look like the sunflowers are getting browsed pretty heavy out here, which is the first for me. North Carolina, we never really grow sunflowers for deer. It's also starting to rain right now. The vining soybeans, I got to really look hard to find them. I do see the legumes are doing pretty well. Obviously, we got a little bare spot here, and a lot of that had to do with moisture. When we planted these, we had about 20 days without rain. So, and we didn't put the seed real deep because one of the things we're worried about is if we got them too deep, then if we had a hard shower come over, it would crust over and the seed wouldn't be able to, when it would germinate, wouldn't be able to push above the crust. So coming out here, I do see some soybeans trying to take off, and they're vining soybean. They look like they've been clipped off a little bit, but look like they're putting out some other shoots. I'm gonna see if I can find a sunflower, but as I can tell, the sunflowers are getting browsed pretty heavily out here. That's a good thing because we plant it for the deer and we want them to be browsed. But the other part is I don't know if the turkeys are eating them too. So it may be worthwhile. We may put a game camera out here here next week. Maybe we can get some pictures. But I want to do a little walk around out here some more. And we're at the big plot, and catch you some other videos where you're not looking at me the whole time. Here's one of those sunflowers that has been ate off pretty well. See if I can get another one where it's actually started putting new growth out. Here you go, here's a sunflower. As you can see, it's been bit off, and we got some new, oops, sorry, let me get center frame, some new growth coming out on it. So that's good that the plants we planted out here are handling the browsing pressure, it looks like. Okay, here's some soybeans coming up. They're not doing as good as the peas. The peas are up about 12 inches. But the soybeans are kind of, this vining type soybean is kind of lacking, not putting out the growth that I expect from field soybeans, so to speak. Here's a pea plant that looks like it's just had some, it's gotten some browse on. A lot of the peas out here haven't been browsed as heavily. There's another one there. You just got to look for them. Maybe the growth, they can handle the pressure a little bit better than some of the other plants we had in this mix. Another view out here, and it looks like the grass is taking a pretty big hit. We'll see what happens, and it's only been a week on it, so we'll see if it'll go ahead and knock it on back. Now there are some new weeds coming in, so I mean it's not a pre-emergent, I mean, by any means, but it looks like some of this has come up since the application. But what I'm also noticing is most of the soybean plants look like they just germinated. So that looks like a clover there, but and we did have clover out here beforehand, and it might be the reason why the soybeans are taking a hit too, is might be a little bit of nematode pressure, more so with the clover. So we followed clover with this plot as a test plot. So we got a little bare spot right there that looks like it's got some grass coming up amongst everything after the application. But so far I'm kind of impressed how much it knocked the grass back. I'll walk over to by the truck and we'll show a spot that the sprayer cut off on us. And here's our comparison. That's what it would look like if we had didn't, and it looks like we ran out of spray right here in this last 20 feet. But this is what it would look like if we didn't have any application. It'd be all grass would be as tall as everything else. So I'm pretty impressed with the herbicide application on it, and we'll go from there. Also, the amount of browse on sunflowers. First time we planted sunflowers for deer, and could be wrong. Could be the turkeys eating them, plucking the vegetation off. I don't know. Gonna have to get a camera out here and see, but well, it looks like every sunflower's been eaten, but a lot of them have new growth. So I will say I'm not too impressed with I've always been kind of disappointed in mixes, because you have different sizes and seeds, and if you broadcast them out, you have to set it up for your application for your biggest seed, and a lot of times with your vibrations, the smallest seed comes out first, and you typically put all that out where you initially start. So we're gonna go check the other plot real quick and wrap this up. All right, so I'm over at the little plot, and I'm a little disappointed in this one. The spray did well, just poor stand all the way around on product. We'll say the Trizenta won't get these briars that it doesn't like broadleaves, which is another part of it. Also doesn't like, it looks like I don't know if it's not lets nutgrass grow, because it's still alive. I'm not sure what this other grass is coming up here in the middle. It almost looks like centipede, but it's not, because it takes 2 years for centipede to grow. I will say the peas are ate down a lot more in this one, but there are fewer of them. So kind of not sure if this plot got too dry compared to the other one, but I have to say this one might get turned over next month, and we might go put just regular soybeans out in this one and put a fence around it. It's a lot of work to put a fence around it, but you got to let them regular soybeans get up so they can be stand some feeding pressure. So that, and this plot's not that big, so we could fence it off pretty quick. Hopefully we only have to put 2 strands around it, but they may be a third outside one. We'll see. But with that, we'll probably let it go after the 4th of July. Do maybe one more video on this one and see what happens, because we still got time if we need to replant it with something else. So with that, appreciate y'all checking in. Subscribe, hit that like button, and hit that bell notification. I know I'm putting out quite a bit of content that's kind of rangy, but just be on the lookout for an updated food plot video, and we'll go from there. I'm trying to put it in a separate playlist on the food plot stuff from everything else. So enjoy, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.